Hello, and a happy Wednesday to you. How are you all doing today? Hey, welcome to Reflections for a Thirsty Soul, and this is Straight Talk. My name is YAA'S Atobra, author of Reflections for a Thirsty Soul. We're doing a live today, and we call it, let me bring up the title here. Be unapologetically you, stand tall. But before we go on to that, here is the book that you just saw in the ad. It's an inspiring and amazing book, and it will truly bless you. So get your copy on Amazon. So today, like I said, we're going to be talking about standing tall, being unapologetically yourself, but do allow me to share to a few groups, and then we'll come and have a chat. It's interesting, right? We only just started 2020, I thought, and today is the last day of September. Go figure, time has flown. And my benchmark is always, March 13th, when we were told not to come into work. So, March, and tomorrow is October. That tells you that time does not wait for anybody. So, it's always good to get stepping, get moving. You can't allow time to pass you by. And the only way to live a full life, a fulfilled life, is to make the best use of time. We are not growing any younger, at least not some of us. Some of you may think you still have time or all the time in the world, but I kid you not, don't waste time. If there's anything that you have purposed in your heart to do, please get to it and work on it. Just get to it, work on it. Don't waste time. Just take a step. It doesn't matter, because we might be wasting our time looking to other people, waiting on other people to get our goals or fulfill our goals or our purposes. But you need to know, at the end of the day, what I'll have you know is that you came on this earth alone. I always say that. You came alone. So you need to be doing what you have to do. So there, now that I've finished sharing, let's go back to and I'll get the ticker at the bottom there. So we're going to talk about standing tall. When I say stand tall, it doesn't, oops. I don't know what I'm doing. Sorry,
It's okay. I'm sorry I'm late too.
Oh, that's okay. I was just doing the introductions and sharing to a few groups.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah. So I was saying that we're going to be talking about stand tall. And when I say be unapologetically you, it just means that be yourself, own yourself. Don't allow anybody to make you feel anything other than your own self. Own yourself and your truth. And sometimes, people may not agree with you or how you live your life or certain views of yours, your outlook, whatever it is. You can't apologize for it. If you do, I mean, unless you're somebody who's rude and brash and going around making people feeling miserable, that we all have a problem with. But we're just saying that as a human being, you owe it to yourself to live your truth. So when I say stand tall, I've lost my page. I'm just saying that how do you hold yourself? It's got nothing to do with height, because you can be a very short person and be very confident, and you can be a tall person and not have any confidence or not know what you're doing. So it's almost like a story that I heard about a little kid. One of these things you read. I don't remember all the details, but I think the child was being punished or something, and he didn't like it. And then he pipes up to the parents and says, "Oh, but on the inside, I'm standing tall." So that's how you feel about yourself on the inside. Stand tall. Do not shrink into yourself. So some of us, we shrink into ourselves just to please other people. It might be the environment in which you are. Maybe you're a smart lady, you're a smart woman, but you feel like you know you have to make yourself small so to fit in with others. Actually, I'm forgetting myself. Amma, because you are here, let me just read through it and then we can discuss it instead of me
Okay.
walking through it. So stand tall. I say, how do you hold yourself? Do not
Please,
shrink.
the page you are reading again.
Oh, it's not in the book. It's from
Oh,
it's
the
something. Remember,
quotes.
I said
Okay.
I was writing about this, so
Yes,
I
yes.
just put,
Okay. Awesome.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
Do you feel good about yourself? It shows in the way you carry yourself. Be confident, lift your head high, affirm yourself, learn to walk with a spring in your step. You do not have to be tall to stand tall. Stand tall inside yourself because you feel good about you, and that is what the world will see. Dare to be sassy. Walk confidently. Strut it, girl. My message is to women, but the men can take it too. You have earned it. That is only if you are prepared to do the work. It is not easy for sure. These are the ingredients you need: tenacity, grits, nerves of steel, perseverance, resilience, and sassiness. If you are going to continue shrinking into a shadow of yourself, for sure, people are going to walk all over you. Do not take that, girl. Stand tall and fight for what is yours. You are here. Take your place. Stand up and be counted. You know what? Maybe what I'll do is I'll find it. I had already typed it and I sent it to my email. So I'll find it. I'll copy it and send it to you so that you are not
Yeah.
trying to remember everything that I read.
Thank you.
But do you have any thoughts
Yeah.
on standing tall?
When you were describing about walk confidently,
Mm-hmm,
um, uh, years back, I used to work for Capital One, and
mm-hmm,
Capital One have this big call center.
mm-hmm,
Their floors are all glassed,
mm-hmm,
and they make sure. I think technology wasn't extreme back then, though, but
mm-hmm,
they make sure with all those desktop that we have
mm-hmm.
its own place. You have your own cubicle like
I've
that
sent
with
it to you.
your name and everything. That thank you, I just saw it
Mm-hmm, okay.
with your name and everything on it,
Mm-hmm,
and your name is there. It's more like your office. You have everything for yourself. You can
mm-hmm,
decorate, put your pictures and flowers and
mm-hmm,
whatever you want
mm-hmm,
over there. It was my first office job, I would say,
mm-hmm,
and I started talking, doing survey over the phone. That was my first job. Survey was
mm-hmm,
over or was my first job, and then my
mm-hmm,
second job was the call center job, which was for Capital One.
mm-hmm,
And the floor back then was all packed with all sorts of immigrants. That was
mm-hmm,
back in Montreal.
mm-hmm,
So there was immigrants all over, and it happened to be the only English job in Montreal. And most of the immigrants are English speaking. So if you need something that is okay, that can fit your schedule, then you are there. And you are permitted to speak English, because not to French. And that is because we are calling America.
Okay,
Most of,
okay.
because Capital One clients are majority were Americans. So that was how it was. Getting to that field, I think you have in training for 2 weeks or 3 weeks, and then after you take an exam, you have to pass to get it. So when I passed, and then I got it, I think the second time, some of the ladies were, there's this new girl at the training that when he's walking, even though he's late when he's walking, it's like he owned the building. It's like the building. When I heard that, that was what they think I was doing. I did it more. Yes. Because once you get into the building, the floor is so big and everybody's on the computer, and it's a call center job, so everybody is talking blah blah blah. But those that do not have call, then all eyes are on you. So to me, I just have to do my thing and work it onto the point where by the manager that I got, she was, when you get in and you are working, I just love it. It's like you are the owner of this place. You own the place. You own the place. So yes, of course, it takes you somewhere.
Yeah.
If people don't see timidity in you,
Yes.
then you are a winner. Once they see you and your head is hiding
Hiding. Yes.
somewhere,
Yes.
you don't own it to yourself, that you
Yes.
can hear what you don't want to hear. So that is part of standing tall or walking boldly,
Yes.
shoulder up high, your head up high, without you not giving a damn about
Your
whatever is
your
around
posture,
you.
how you carry
Exactly.
yourself,
Exactly.
because
So it does work. And a lot of people, how do you do it? There's a whole lot of people. If I'm getting out here, I don't even want nobody to see me, and you don't care. To the point, to the
you
point
know.
whereby the managing director at the point in time have to ask him, "Oh, is that Sheila Adamson?" Because I was late. I wasn't driving there. Always running with the bus and the train. I was late one day. I saw the owner in the train, and he got into the elevator, and people would not go because that is Pat going. That was his name. I was so Pat. I went for Pat. Why wouldn't I just press it? It got back, and I got there. Hi, sir. She was ready to work. I was, yeah, well, a bit late, but yeah, I will pull. I'll have to make some money today. And the fact that I don't, so he's Pat. He owns the place. And Capital One back then was all immigrants, and they all have this kind of fear in them. The man wasn't biting. He was strict. He wouldn't laugh with you or anything. But that day, I didn't give a damn whether you own this place or not. I'm here to work,
You
and
know how
that's
you are
all I
saying,
care about.
Sheila, you keep telling Ajua about foolish. I'm going to charge you also for using them. Twice now you've said it. Hey, let's greet. Good evening, Miss Sage. Good to see you. Thank you for joining us. No, it's
That's
like,
a good one. You got me there.
yeah, yeah.
I was unapologetic. I am here to work. I own it to this place, and that's all into it.
Okay. So I hope since then, I hope your time habits have changed.
Oh, a lot. Well, a lot more. He didn't do me anything. He was quite appreciative that
No, not
I
him,
didn't
but
run away,
just for you
and
yourself.
and I didn't run away, and I wasn't. But sorry.
Okay. So the young
My
boys,
boys. I
yeah. So I'm going back to something you said, right? About
Mhm.
it was a lot of immigrants and then they were quite timid. That
Mhm.
is something that is such a problem for us. Maybe, and people might say you are saying it broadly, but it is. You need to have confidence. Like,
Yes.
what exactly is the issue with that? Because you are here too. You are in the system. You need to also, what do you bring?
Yes.
Be confident. We're so fearful, we're so afraid. And you know what we tend
Yes.
to do? Instead of asking, No. Ajua, no, her dam is worse than foolish. Foolish is good. But anyway, you know what? The timidity, it's such a problem for us that when we see very confident people, then we rather seem to hold it against them and try to abuse them or disturb them. But I look at it that we have so much, it's false humility. You need to believe in yourself. There's nothing wrong, and it's interesting too that a lot of us, yes, sorry, we go to church, right? And you are made in God's image, but the way you carry yourself is not portraying that. If even not everybody is a believer, but I'm just saying that that's what goes for the majority of us. And we they are carrying who say a badge, like so hypocritical, but you are not living the word. God doesn't make junk. So why do we go around more? Like, sometimes even you are in church and just a simple question that you want to ask, people are so afraid when they are asking the pastor a question. He's a human being. You respect him, you honor him, but you need an answer to a question you have to ask. For me, I always believed in going to the source. I won't come to you, Sheila, when I know that it's Ajua that can answer my question, or maybe Ajua is doing something. Oh, what do you think, Ajua? How do you think Ajua did that? Go and ask Ajua directly. So the confidence thing, right? I've heard it on a few lives recently, or I've said it myself too. Actually, one lady had put a comment that confidence building should be included in our curriculum back home because of the way we were raised.
I've been saying that.
Hello.
It has to start from the root. We've been so
Ajua,
timid.
welcome.
We've been put in that category. But funny enough, with that company, I realized that any Ghana phone I hope
Yes. It's, I don't know what it is, whether it's a product of wherever most of us have been colonized or and then
beginning, and I can't put the America say but back then, Ushia Unyanko Bibi Nikrana Sawakan hire. I saw so as a monye so. I don't know if you noticed that. When you say hi, it's like they have to. Do I know you before? And you don't have to know me because I brought for me and so hi. Feel free to say hi all the time. Now, so share Nyonko Bibini now hi Trena. Whether he's deliberating, I feel like they are deliberating about it to say hi, to respond back, or they are thinking whether they know you before they respond. It's something that has been in us, and we just have to try and let it go. Standing tall, walking boldly, owning it to yourself is also part of it all. Because who call interview, not say you who said we let's say you wanted to read something about interview before coming. Be bold enough, be on yourself, be comfortable, have eye-to-eye contact. Eye-to-eye wasn't something I was very good at, but I had to pick it up fast.
Yeah, Sheila, you are not alone. It won't say your culture or your color. If you look at an adult in the eye, they say you don't respect. But here, when you come here and you do that, they consider it shifty behavior.
Yes.
So you need to look direct.
Most of the time, the maker say, if I'm not looking into your eyeball, that is because I'm now getting used to it. So don't take it to be something else. I always have to, but we were not given the chance to be doing eye-to-eye contact, which also, and also saying,
or to, you can't even verbalize, let alone go and look eye to eye. You are not allowed. Sorry, I missed that. I missed what you said. Yeah. It's like we are talking about it, right? We're saying affirm yourself, be confident. And maybe sometimes we talk about it and we go, but if somebody doesn't have confidence, how should they start? What can they do to start to build themselves up? It doesn't matter. We are tired of the complaint that maybe Ajua, where's Ajua? You're anti-Timisa, you are willing to learn and you know you are lacking something. Why? You sit there and you ask yourself, why do I feel this way about myself? Oh, I see that sister. She's so confident, always smiling. How can I build, always sociable, interacting with people? What do you do? Where do you start? Any thoughts from anybody on the feed? Where do you start if you don't have confidence and you want to start building yourself up? What would you do? I feel that you know what? It's you start small. Like look at yourself, ask yourself, in what areas am I lacking as an individual? You know, am I an outgoing person? Am I friendly? When I meet people, how do I feel? Do I like cringe inside myself, or am I feeling shy and nervous, right? I was answering for you.
Thank you.
She said, right, right, right. I was not raised like that for a bum. Yeah. So, you know, like I was asking the question, what do you start to do? And I was saying that maybe you start from write down your strengths and weaknesses. Like, you know, you see somebody, you know how we always say, oh, that person, they are so sociable. How do they do it? So you want to get some skills and be more confident. Where do you start?
Well, you
Or how
you
do
you
you
start
start?
you start by learning from others.
Mm-hmm.
How is he able enough to talk in front of a lot of people?
Mm-hmm.
How does he do it? Oh, after all,
Mm-hmm.
just tell yourself, oh, he did it. Let me try.
Mm-hmm.
Beginning, you might feel a little shaky and all that, but it's
Mm-hmm.
fine. Our society did not permit us that even if you are doing it and it's wrong, they will not encourage you. They will rather laugh at you. But we have found ourselves in a different level whereby whether it's wrong, people will still laugh over it. People will encourage you more.
Mm-hmm.
Mamba Brotran be who said when you who said then cry, you see, ne who fail. And yet just to give you that boost, obi wa hauti e wo mu nyame abodi ni bi ye hu nyame se yen ka no cry. No
Yeah.
disrespect to anybody. Now
Mm-hmm.
so you find it be beautiful about it to describe it.
Mm-hmm.
Just for you to be accepted. And
Mm-hmm.
until has say no, what to send cry, what they were home.
Mm-hmm.
Ebi ana bebree ebi nso te sɛ yɛ mu nso nhyɛ dan dɔɔso te sɛ sɛdeɛ ayɛ deɛ ne teɛ no
Mm-hmm.
nti woyɛ obi na sɛ wote sa find obi a wofi sɛ ɔyɛ a bit bold enough get closer to the
Mm-hmm.
person. Our circle and the people we talk and associate to is also part of our problem. Obi ɔhɔ
Look,
no akɔ
look, look,
party
look, Sheila,
wokɔ akɔsa no
Sheila,
ɔsi dabi mɛnkɔ
Sheila.
meanwhile you
You are,
feel to dance nso ɔsi mɛnkɔ nti wo so wonkɔ.
who's feeling to dance?
Maybe you went to a party and
Mm-hmm.
you want to dance. The
Mm-hmm.
kind of a friend you have who will push you or back come out because oh there be men kwasa microphone doors or mo be show. Inti anya o sa kosa. Obi o hosa wo sakra no ba catch us wo sa do sorry fi ho. You see all
Sheila,
those things.
I'm always the person who go and dance, and I know there were women who talked about me, but I didn't care.
Exactly. You see you see then my wife I don't give a damn come back to it again. I'm not looking. I'm
You start
doing
with
me.
self-assessment, self-love, self-discipline, self-care, self-acceptance, basically self-everything to build yourself. But Ajua, people don't understand that. They don't know that. They don't want to change. So what do you do about that? It's true,
Yeah,
you have
it's
to take
true, but
stock, but we are
you
not.
have to start from the people you associate yourself with.
Mm-hmm.
Our
Mm-hmm.
class is also part of our biggest problem. Who is your confounder? Who do you think? So what can say? Oh, and the part I really number pressure me so see there be any the shall be back once don't do it.
Oh, no, 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 no. I don't give that power to anybody. No.
Exactly, but those are the friends. You see some people or see and no but no pa make a sanka make a so or see there be ebi a man can into my menye into the people that use apart from self-love and learning to be bold enough. It's people you'll be being yourself to.
Surrounding
So
yourself
look up
with.
to those. Yeah, so look up to those that you think are a bit not in your standard, and they are not human. They are not animals. They will welcome you. Learn from others. Look towards someone. Copy the person a little bit. Oh, you need say, mommy, oh, or she be a me fe. Mammy can say a fe. Oh, what tower hen? Young crow for cry. I didn't yet fe no more because I would tower hen cry is another problem for
Yeah.
them.
Well, you see, the thing about it is it's a very difficult situation, and I'm asking myself because there's some things that we didn't know, right? And then you come into a different environment, so you are supposed to pick some good things and change your life, and yet we still don't want to do that. So we are stuck.
They call it
And
that
like you
day,
said,
yeah.
sorry.
They call it that day, yeah.
Well, that's too bad because when before you came on, I was talking. I don't know if you were on already or not. I was talking about how time has flown
Yeah,
because I came
yeah.
home March 13th and today is September. Tomorrow is October. So I'm
It goes
making the
that
comment
fast.
that time is ticking by. We are getting Nobody is
It's
getting
taken
any
for
younger
no man.
unless you are living in delusion or something. So
Hmm.
make use of the time. And so if you've come to sit in this country for 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, whatever, and you haven't moved from where you were when you came, but some people say, oh, it doesn't matter. But it's the same old thing, like what you are saying, Sheila. It's very limiting. How can you have friends around you and you try to do anything? Oh, don't do it. Oh, you won't be yourself. And that,
They will rather tell you, Debbie. Okay, when a few hardly do I go among our own people's party or not
Mhm,
that. But my
mhm,
observation is me kode bia. Ye gusu bonyu mo nkonya ni gu hon so na bebre na gina kwan no. Especially men man who the what are they doing? So when I get there, me kwa na me do ha me see, you see, that is why I don't want to come to such places. What are they doing in front of the gate? Why there is chair? And your bonum no say ya starting your pesa yes sir. Obi jina corner baby no sir. Where the floor is there? No jina baby because person crofo who no saw sir.
mhm.
It's about time we let go of those things. It has done on us for so long, and we just have to be a little bit unapologetic and be us
You
and
know
do
something?
us.
You know something? I think that we are too inhibited and we restrict ourselves and we limit ourselves.
So
And
much.
and because we've been put in a box back home because this is what is expected of you. As for the boy, yeah, as what was Mandy saying this morning, Bema doesn't wash dishes, Bema doesn't wash this, or bad into this is how you are supposed to behave. And I'm sorry, but some people we don't want to
Yeah.
fit any, like leave people to be themselves. I find
Missy
that,
ye too kwanya
look,
babrochre the
look,
same
Sheila,
way.
I'll tell you an example. I was listening to something, I forget when, but this lady, she's in Ghana, she's half Kenyan, half Ghanaian.
Okay.
And so she's saying her name is hyphenated. So the first part is Ghanaian and the last is Kenyan.
Mm-hmm.
Some guy had the nerve to write, oh, that's not a Kenyan name, it is a Burkina Faso name. And I'm sitting there and I said, I don't know people and I don't want to engage anybody for any nonsense. So I just said, wow, look at that. Then some
Yeah.
guy went and responded to him and said, even in, I forget which other country, Ivory Coast, they
Mm-hmm.
name it. Just because you think, like, who are you? She says it's her name and she says she's from Kenya. So we don't allow people to speak their truth. Every time
No.
there's somebody with a stick trying to repress you or suppress
Thank
you, you
you.
can't
And
be
and
yourself.
and that was why the last time I was saying, whenever some people really want to come out, but they're coming out, the people around him will not let him or her do it. So you go back in there.
But you know something, Sheila, you have to be serious. You won't have to want to do it. I've heard women or people say that they've had to cut out some friendships. Their
Yes.
circle is smaller because if you want
Yes.
to go ahead and you want to grow, you need
Yes.
to make some conscious decisions. You can't just
And
allow people to pull you back. It's your life,
exactly.
it's
And
you.
doing that, you think you are the best. You think you are. I think I mistakenly told somebody I unfortunately I play with a dog and the dog kissed my mouth. A kraman na mini ne di agro na kraman na tafrema no. Na nka me mini kraman ni agro. Wante
Mhm,
sasam nas ofan World Cup. Or say mimbu nipa. Me se me too ba Calgary 10 years ago. Obi ehom me, oh, so you smile. I was just so serious. I was just too serious that if you're not my friend, I'm not smiling at you, and that's it. I don't see the reason why I should smile with you if you are not my friend or
mhm,
whatsoever. But as
mhm.
time goes on, I was realizing that I'm too serious. I have to let the guard down.
Mhm.
Along the journey, you have to study yourself to tell yourself which way am I lacking
Mhm.
and which way can I put it right. You
Mhm.
get it? So
Yeah.
it shouldn't be just the people around us, but we also have to look into ourselves first. In
Mhm.
all things, look into yourself, look at yourself first. We were
Mhm.
taught that.
Mhm.
We were taught the courtesy of boys and girls. We were taught about that too. Until
Mhm.
most of the time, maybe so what happened to all those things? Maybe we were not given much, but what was given to us, what did we do with them as well?
Mhm.
The little that
Think
was given to us, how did we do it? How did we handle it? That
something
is
has
it.
changed somewhere.
Uh,
Mhm.
yes. So if you think it's not really working and you find yourself in that category that I feel like this is what I could have done.
Mhm.
I have also grown up to realize that the question now, what I ask myself most at this point is, if not now, then when?
Yes. So time is ticking.
Yes. So now
Let
all
me.
of a sudden, at times like, okay, should have done it. Okay, if I don't do it now, then when? We
Mhm.
all our self-love, our self
Mhm.
loving, our self-examined and all that. Now, all those
Mhm.
things have to come into place. We will
Okay,
look up to
Sheila,
some
I'll take
people.
a break and look at. I'll come back to Miss Sage's comment, but I want to. Hello, Marjorie. This is my schoolmate from back in the day. Hello, Marjorie. Nice to have you on. Welcome. You know, I've been thinking
Mm,
about you, but I still haven't called.
Marjorie
So I'll read Miss Sage's comment. Looking one in the eye allows us to see their facial expressions and read their body language, and allows us to see
right.
whether they are going with us. Bam. That is
Yeah.
absolutely right. And Ajua says if one does not know how to build themselves, then they need to ask for help or seek counseling. That is so
Yeah.
true.
Well,
Uh,
seeking counseling in our own domain, do we even accept it that it works? Do
look, we have
people
a lot of
accept it? It
issues.
works.
Fear of the unknown, and then there's pride, and then ego. Because we
Yes.
we it's not common to us, so we don't want to expand ourselves to say, hey, this is in the realm of possibilities. I can do this. I can go, or I myself, even if I won't go for counseling, I can look around and start to look for like-minded
Yes.
people.
Yourself
Because you know
pushing.
something, they said if you are the smartest person in your circle of friends, then you have a problem. You need to be looking for another group to learn from, because otherwise you'll be the same all the time.
You exactly. And you wouldn't know whether what you are doing is good or bad. The
Mhm,
last time I did mention that if I'm doing good, I want to know if what the good that I'm doing is being reciprocated. Just for me to
mhm,
know that if it is good that I'm doing, if
mhm.
I'm doing it well.
But Sheila, you have to remember, like you said, if you are doing it well, it takes people who are self-actualized, who are confident to be able to give you that feedback. Because our people, let me tell
Yes.
you something. If you drop, I'll give you an example. If you drop something, or even something that you are doing amongst people you know, our people, nobody will say anything. But if I drop something amongst, our white brothers and sisters, oh, hey, this, that, they'll give you feedback. Or maybe you could do this, or maybe you could do that.
Yeah.
But we don't know how to say, oh, hey,
We
that
will
looks great.
do it.
Well, we don't encourage, we don't know how to empower people. So we are kind of very stingy. We come from very stingy, mean-spirited background, that we keep
Too much.
everything, we want it to ourselves, but we don't
Too
know how
much.
to expand ourselves to give out to people.
Yesterday's topic, I joined a group chat last night because after reading my book, I have nothing else to do, and I was just looking into the sleep wasn't coming. I jumped on Facebook. Sister Joa and the other sister called Cecilia had
Yes, yes,
a
yes,
show,
yes.
and I joined
Yeah, I
them.
came on there for a bit.
Yes,
Mhm,
it, it was like what was shared there was very awesome. But I come back and I question myself. Um, uh, Sister Joa and Sister Odo made a mention of something,
mhm,
and I wanted to drop that in, but it's once it comes back, I will drop it. There is something that
Okay.
he said. I spent the whole day thinking about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if that is, if only we could.
Mm-hmm.
But if we talk about counseling, how many people even understand the meaning of counseling, what they would do there?
Mm-hmm.
It's all about young sorry vampire.
Mm-hmm.
Pray over it. But and at the same time, you know that prayer without work, it's dead.
Yeah, prayer without action. You need to take action. We've
Yeah,
prayed.
if we
I
are not
think that
working
we've
towards it,
prayed,
it's
we've
dead.
prayed enough. There's a lot of things that God expects you to also do. You can't sit there and say, I want to go to school, and you are praying and you are praying and you haven't gotten a list. You
Yeah, you
haven't put a
haven't made
list,
the move.
you haven't put a list of schools together to start calling.
Yes.
So you
You see,
have to you have to be responsible for yourself. Sometimes
something.
it's not somebody from the outside who's going to come and do something for you. You have to help. You need other people, but if you can't push yourself, nobody will come alongside you and push you along, right? So Adjoa says, never
That
copy
is
from
the
a
word.
foolish fool, but to seek guidance from positive mentor or motivational speaker who exemplifies what they preach for better. Yep.
we
So,
we are the same people to, if something is being said, instead of us to analyze it,
but what do you mean
instead of us to
analyze? We
instead
weren't
of,
raised with
well,
critical
maybe we,
thinking.
thank you, we instead of us to say, oh, into find a reason to put it on your own perspective,
Mhm,
to see what should it have been like this. If we
mhm,
can take a little time to analyze certain things before we
mhm,
act towards it, it would have been better. But right
mhm.
away, when it's okay, oh, so I don't to mean yet.
Yes,
Only jaja won't to mean yet.
yes, yes.
Obi kraba ka say nti anyama bebrebe we when ye hwe anye say no.
I know,
It,
yes.
you see,
I've
until
heard a lot of
we
that. When people start
yes,
new initiatives, then is the people closest to them who come
yes.
alongside and then can, oh, you can't. But it's just we are so afraid, lack of
So,
confidence, lack of
since I
boldness.
realized that all that I tell myself, I owe nobody any explanation.
Hmm.
It's on me and me alone. If I do
Hmm.
it and it's work fine. For example, let me say I have two friends around me, and these two closest friends, I don't think that is why I ask any of them a permission that
Hmm.
this is what I want to do. So they go like, "Well, we will just be there and you come up with
Hmm.
something."
Hmm.
Not because I won't talk about it, but I don't
Hmm.
need your opinion.
Hmm.
But if as I'm doing it, I want to hear what you would contribute.
Hmm.
Because I realize that young and it just one castle here baby. Ah, nano so
Uh-huh. You know what? I'm going to tell you something. I know that when I started talking to Amma about my book, and I made the comment that um, I said that when I was going to start my book, I wasn't going about telling people because I
Yes.
know our people and me, I'm not around too many people anyway, but I know that if I'd put it out there, I would have had somebody who would have come and said, oh, book is so dear. What are you doing with the book, right? But she said, you need people. I understand. I got her point completely. But where I was coming from is that I'm somebody that if I say I want to do something, I'll do it no matter what you say. But at the same time, even though I have that spirit or that strength, other people don't have it. So for me, even at the same time, I don't need you coming to be negative because you don't know anything about what
Yes.
I'm doing. If you
Yes.
get information about it, if you really you're really a good friend or you love me or you're concerned about me, you can say, hey, you say you are doing this to me. Let me see what I can find out about it. Then you come back and you tell me, look, these are the good sides, these are the pitfalls. So maybe watch for this or that. But not until oh, this won't work, negative. And we are so negative. We're just wired that way. So it's so hard.
So
Like, how
much.
do we stand tall when you all around you is negativity? It's good. Like, I mean, we're not saying everybody is negative, but the thing is,
Majority carry
there's
the
a
vote.
certain psyche that we have, and it's negative. It's like a community. It's just how it is, you know.
It's too much working on us. I
And
have been in this Montreal, in this Calgary here. I've been here for, sorry, Edmonton here, especially for Saskatchewan. I'm in for Saskatchewan, so hardly do I say I'm in Edmonton. So I
mhm.
always say Edmonton area or something. But I realized among the Ghanaians, I don't know much. But there was once I was invited to a Ghana's independence party or whatever. Before then,
Oh, okay.
I disagree with celebrating independence,
Why?
and I have my reason for it.
Hmm.
What are we celebrating? We have nothing to show for TC whatsoever. So why
Oh,
should we even
Sheila.
celebrate it anyway?
Sheila, please,
But
please.
then, yeah, but that is
Mm.
a different topic. But in my own opinion, or in my head, if I see in terms of politics and how things are going, how things are so messed up and we don't even get it, why should we even sit there and be celebrating something that is not even
Mhm,
working for us?
mhm,
So I don't go. But that day I was okay. Wow, it's an invitation. Let me give it a try
mhm.
anyway. I attended about, I think about 2 years ago or something. I attended
Oh,
and I was excited. I
two
I was
years
all over
ago.
them, and then
Where
and then
was it? Sheila, where was
it
it?
was it was in Edmonton, and the leader was
Oh, so if I'd
Kelly.
come, I'd have met you soon. I went to the last one.
Oh.
I never go. I haven't been for a long time, but I went to this last one.
Oh, okay. I think that the one before I was there, but this last one I didn't go though.
Oh, okay.
But that was because I didn't get any invitation. And then once
Mm.
I was there, the man was kind of singing a certain song, which I kind of hum on it. So I started humming, and I was then the one who invited me was, as I said, dear, was, I'm among my people. Should I also go back and be hiding thing? You brought me here, and all of a sudden, but what you hope simply because I'm enjoying. You see, this is not good. Who now them baha? It's maybe we're here, but not many agents. And also, you people don't like it. This is why I said, and who point here, so we'll be celebrating this. But the fact that I'm here, I'm going to have my fun. At the table, they were serving. And then, as the serving was going on, there was a little mistake from the other lady behind who was serving. It was a mistake. Do we capitalize on that? A party as in the yaba, unfunswaba, infideng. There they are talking about ours. Come on now. We say and your potluck will be about now the way the about. But we pay for it. I think I paid some amount of money to get in. And then they got a ticket, and there was a draw. I even won a basket that day. The same lady was offended. Me, I'm invited to Mary ni basket. No, who work or winning. You
Oh,
see?
petty issues.
Yeah,
Yeah, no doors too much.
too much. Yenjai, we have to learn from it. Let's love it. And Debia, I come back to say, we will get there. But then something must happen for us together. We just
Sheila,
have to.
let me tell you about my experience at this party. You'll be a main call party for ages and ages. That day, Crown, it's not so bad. And me, Crown, I hate winter drive, but we went and came. Now here we are. Ejame. So I was in Ghana at Christmas time. Team me, Mashem Atari and Amijina Ho. Then my oldest girl too was in her dress. The younger one, she wasn't in any because she had to do some dancing. So
Right.
we are in a lineup. And then you chrome for by me and study your name. Me, okay, you don't know me. I'm an older lady. Maybe if you see me, you think that I'm your age group. Say, dear Maya, or dear Maya, after these people started showing attitude. You see what? Our people, if you see somebody, me, if I see you and you look nice, I'll tell you, whoa, you look nice. After no, ma starting, you know our women, how we behave. Oh, boy,
Of
well, no,
course.
sure, no, I starting, yeah, and I thought, what? Is there somebody behind me? Which I knew that, do you get what I mean? You know, me say, it's your career, me shanting, and me, this is coming along to your call line, you do, and say, no. Ọbaako bɛhwɛɛ me ne na me me hwɛ no na me share the boon and kyie. Me catch me older girl, no, do you know what she said? They hate these things that our people do. No, I said, Mom, but did you even have to? Did you have to go do that for them to know? I said, sometimes you have to go to their level so you know that they are being
Yes.
foolish. And I'm
Yes.
saying, what is all this? A jealousy. Mabefa ukunu.
Yeah. Hardly
Mabefa
do we meet.
ubibi.
Hardly do we meet, and
I don't
hardly do
even
we
know
have
you.
those gatherings. when we go there and we want to show love, it have to be and then
Yes.
we have to stop those things. We just have
No,
to.
no. You see, this is what it's not because of the way we are. Some of these things that we lack, not being able to stand tall, being confident, we are not able to pass it on to our children.
No,
And then they too, they are
no.
growing with these
It's
negative
affecting us
baggage.
one way or the other.
Yes, they are growing with this negative baggage, and so then they are not also rising any higher than we, the parents, because we choose not to grow. You see how generational it can become.
Yeah,
Instead, when you see people who are doing well, like then you look at them and say, "Oh, you are not in Ukrom, you are here." Already know the BB against him, Mukala no against him, which is me, I
yes.
don't care, but I'm saying that is the reality. If you understand yourself, you
You have to
boss
face.
and work hard and push your
Yes,
kids, know the system, help them. Because you, the parent, if you don't have any confidence, how do you help your child? When it comes to going to the school to go talk to the authorities, what do you go and say there?
they will not go. Omo background no be for omo ba. Omo ben teacher no kakra be say how oh hi, how did we do today? It's something I do. Not because I
Mm-hmm,
work at the school, but I should do that. But
mm-hmm,
it's something that I do. Say, my family, but hi, Mace, how did you do today? Hope he was good.
mm-hmm,
Something like that.
interactive.
Bye.
Yeah.
So we have
Visibility.
to talk.
Look, those are some of the confidence factors. Visibility as a parent, your visibility in the school system, no, so that they know. Because if the teachers see that you are paying attention, it's not
Yes,
easy for them to treat your child
not at
anyhow.
all.
You know, so it's like
Not
a
at
lot
all.
of parents.
Yeah,
I'll tell you
besides,
something, Sheila. A lot of parents, right? My girls, when they were in elementary, a lot of people teach kids learn from home, so people come
mm-hmm,
to school and come and call them the n word. I'll talk to
mm-hmm.
my husband and he'll look at me, blah blah blah. Me, I call the school.
Yes,
But there's people we know that it happened to their kids and they didn't call the school, and yet they'll be the
they
ones
wouldn't
dressed
do.
up shepherd coming to church. They'll
Yeah,
dress shepherd, but somebody is calling your child names. It's
and
affecting
he
their
will not fight
self-confidence.
over it.
And you're afraid to call the school and tell them. I call the principal, I speak to the principal, and they deal with those kids because you're not going to
Yes,
call my child names.
no. Well, a hard dream, and that's it. Thank you. Be unapologetically you. Be tall. Be confident. Be bold. It all comes into a whole different. Because if you can only be bold enough to call the school and say, "Hey, my child wasn't happy with what happened today, and I'm only calling to report."
Yes.
You see, you have to. You have to. We have to me. We have when it comes to involvement, immigrants, especially Africans, we are not doing enough when it comes to community works and all those. And honestly,
My children used to say, "Mom, you always go to work. How come you don't come and go to this and that?" When my younger one, I think she was in grade 3, I don't know, was it grade 3? Her teacher, he was a guy, very good teacher. I took all my Ghana, whatever stuff, and I went to the class and I went to tell them all about Ghana. They were so happy. I mean, like, at
thank
least
you.
you let them know you, right? And I think I did it
Yes,
for the older one too when she was in grade 1 or something. But we lived in the West End. So,
right.
even if you can't go on every field trip or this or that, once a while go do something so they know they need to
Participate
know where
one way
your
or the
child is
other.
coming
Get
from. Yes,
involved. Let them know you.
yes.
Let them know
So
you so they will know.
mm-mm.
Na ubano sokrano. Oh, my son will say, "Oh, my mom on the M said anything the teachers. Oh, my mom could do that because she works at
I
the
know, I know. He said, I'm tired of hearing of your
school.
mom. The teacher is probably thinking this. I said, good for him.
You see, your mom could do that. I would say, okay, if it's your birthday, we are having your birthday, I'll buy a cupcake. We'll go to your class, we share it with the class, and I'll
Mm-hmm.
pray over there for everybody. I do certain things you do. Teacher no
Mm-hmm.
cramp, but your baby, your baby say, ni mame will not
Yes,
take that. So you
yes,
wouldn't even
yes,
try.
yes.
It's about time we let go. Say obi be yen bibi ana obi be ke bibi ayen penti.
No,
Ukana men
no,
penament me wano. I
no.
will accept it and learn from it. We should own it up. Own
You
it
know
up to
something?
ourselves.
And the thing too is that we, the parents, we should stop being selfish. We're only living for ourselves, but we need to think of the next generation. So like for me, even when my daughters were
we
in
want
junior high,
money.
I would say that their grades were okay. So I didn't really have to go for parent teacher interview, but I would force myself to go so they would see me and talk to somebody or pick one issue and go talk about. You have to be
Yes.
there, you have to be involved, but we are more concerned about our big funerals and our clothes and our this. And meanwhile, your
Oh
child is
yeah.
wearing tattered school uniform to school. So
And you are missing that. You are
yeah.
missing. We should stop getting just say yeah play back that is snatching. Yeah, we should start coming forward. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's about
Back
time.
seat. Yeah,
Yes,
the
yeah,
back seat, you know.
we should start coming forward.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's like the back seat thing. When you go to a program, everybody is in the back. They are afraid to go to the front. So when you come late, automatically you know you have to go to the front. But why don't you have the confidence to say, "Oh, I want to sit in front so I can hear well and pay
No, no,
attention and
no.
all that."
They are confident to say, oh no, no, or no, they are say confident to say that, but they are not confident.
So message is saying the naysayers play with the psyche. Hey, let me take a
They have this
commercial
name
break.
called Onye Ahampem Jenny. I think I've been called that
Baby,
over and over.
they are everywhere.
We have to know better.
Hang on, I always forget to take these things off comments. Hide it and then go. Oh. I never get it.
It only came for a
Uh,
short while though. You can
no,
play
it's a
that
very
again.
short one. Yeah, I'm going to
Oh,
do it
okay.
again because I always leave the banners on and then. Okay. So as we were saying, it's all about standing tall, being confident. We need to break
Yes.
away from this lack of self-confidence that we feel because our children are watching us and that's what they learn. But the thing too about is that even though it can also be that, and I'm sure it is that um, even though we are lacking that confidence, our children are in the system. So they are coming out, and if you, the parent, are not grounding yourself, they are coming out smarter and they dance circles around you, and you can't keep control or be on top of whatever it is that they are doing. That's also another side of it, right? But you are here to build a better life for yourself, I thought. And so, it's a generational thing. You have children, you want to watch them make progress in life and carry on. And if you don't have confidence, how do you build them up?
Exactly. Yeah.
And if you're a woman and you're not confident, how do you build your daughters up? What are they learning from you?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
for me, people will sit there and make comments. Oh, na mami we so brain na feel na kikirikiko or throw book or yeah, look at her, this, that, doing. You hear all kinds of comments.
Oh
But you
yeah.
know something, I
Me
sit
too.
there and I said, you know how my daughters, how proud they are of me. Like I thought that
Thank
is
you.
my inspiration that they'll learn that, hey, my mom was doing this. She didn't
Mom
give
was
up.
able to do it.
Yes. So
Mom
you
was
need to
able to
push.
do
You need to push yourself.
it.
And there's nothing wrong with being confident. We should stop being so okrama hobrasia that we think
Too
that
much.
somebody believing in themselves or being confident and being showing the confidence they have and walking their talk and just enjoying their life and moving ahead. There's nothing wrong with it. You are not born to be staying here. You are
No.
not born to be stagnant. You are not born to
No.
be just ordinary. Granted, not everybody is going to be but generally speaking, you yourself inside you need to be able to tell yourself you've given life your best shot.
Yeah.
Don't sit down one day at the end of your life and say, oh, I wish I had done this.
We shouldn't just exist. I will keep
Yes.
quoting your word.
And then maybe it will be too late.
We shouldn't
Oh
just
no.
exist. And
Oh
that is,
yeah.
yeah, we should leave
I
it.
could tell, I restrain myself from telling my story because there's a lot of other people involved, and so. But the thing about it is, a lot of women sit around and think that, oh, I can't do this because my husband said this. Oh, I can't do this because this man in my life said this. Can you only do something if somebody is supporting you? So, I mean, like, if you have something to do for yourself as a woman, if it's not going against anything in your relationship, I don't know why you should hold yourself back. And the thing too is, some may say, oh, I don't have the money to do this or to do that. That's why as a woman, you need to be financially independent. Yes, you are with a husband. Yes, you are with a man, but you're all bringing the money together to do things. So if you want to branch out on a venture, at least you can make sure that you have the funds to do it and it's not hurting anybody else. Otherwise, you'll be stagnant. A lot of people are sitting and they are stifled. They can't do anything. And they are so bitter.
Yeah. Bitter. Yeah, because if you couldn't do it and you feel like
Thank you,
life
Miss
has
Gage.
passed you by, it will be
Oh,
bitter.
sis,
Right. No
where's
question
my
about
phone?
it.
Ajua. Yebe Johnny Akon address your per link. Hold on.
Okay.
I'll send it to you. It's just, I don't know. Where is it? Yeah. This is the one, right? Yeah, okay. Where's Ajua?
Sage Williams, I agree with you. A very eloquent writer, and no
Ajua,
question
I've sent
about
it.
it.
Why?
I
Thank you.
second the motion.
Thank you. You see, let my head grow big, small. It's like, there's a gentleman in Ghana. He does emotional intelligence. So when I see his post, I post them because I think it's very important. He's focusing on children and all that. So he comes and writes on my feed, oh, thank you, Reverend, something. And I laughed. I said, I'm not a reverend, but thank you. I receive it. Like, it's not
Yeah,
like
you
somebody
receive
says,
it.
oh, you have done well. Oh, no, no, oh, no. Then
Yes.
no, say thank you. If somebody pays you a compliment, say
Media
thank you.
members. You see those things?
And no, you are not going to laugh.
Yes, it's about time we stop all those. We have
Yeah,
to own it up. We
yeah.
have to own it up.
Mm-hmm.
We have to.
Yeah, you just have to.
Yes, we were saying
Aju, I've
our
sent the link. Why?
generations will be better, and with this journey, it should pay off. Of course, our generations coming will be a lot better.
Yes, yes,
They will be a
because
lot better than us.
yes,
They wouldn't be
and
looking onto their shoulders to do anything. They would do
no,
it because they
no,
feel
no.
like doing it.
And it doesn't matter who you are, male, female. The
Yes,
sky's the limit. Go for it. Don't
yes,
let anything stop
not
you.
at all.
Don't let anything
Not at
stop you
all.
because we have, we
Uh-huh.
need to tap into our. There she is.
Eh,
Hello. Mwah, mwah, mwah.
mwah.
Sis near.
How you
Sis
guys
near.
doing?
How are you?
Very interesting conversation.
Good to have you on board.
Add your 2 cents.
Virtually.
Ose.
Good to have you on board.
Eh.
Thank you. Appreciate it. I'm showing my sexiness.
Oh, I
That's
join
cool.
me. That's all.
Mhm.
That is the sexy you.
Yes.
Listen,
No.
let me tell you, I motivate myself every time. You should see me talking to my mirror almost every
See.
Yeah.
time.
That's it.
That's my self motivator.
Yeah. That's it.
Apomuti say me chiado for ni etiefo nya.
Yɛn nyinaa yɛgye so.
Yeah, Joseph.
My dear Sage Williams, we are Japan because oko program BIA you will make productive contribution, which is
Yes.
great.
Yes. We so appreciate you. Thank you.
Yeah, a lot of family, friends, followers, supporters, they don't realize like when they do contribute, it's so helpful, and it gives us another direction,
Yes.
to
Yes.
another aspect, another angle to like discuss because when you have one person,
Mhm.
like, the conversation is going to be one way,
Yes.
right? But then when you have multiple people, we can have disagreement and everything, but at the
We'll carry on.
long run, no, we all will agree on something. Even if we don't agree now, we respect each other, because
Mhm.
that's how it should be, right?
Mhm.
Always.
Yeah. So I was just enjoying the conversation. So I was like, let me just come and, be part of it. You so
Thank
very
you.
welcome, Nia.
Thank you.
But like, I wanted to touch a little bit on the lack of self-confidence.
Mhm.
Um, Many times, I mean, we all know, say, our outbringing, our in our culture and community slash society is
Mhm.
messed up. It's not normal.
Mhm.
There is a lot of dysfunctionalness in it.
Mhm.
That's because the all the people ahead of us, our grandparents, family
Oh
members,
yes.
parents, whosoever, their
Mhm.
upbringing is different. And as time goes on, we changing. So some of us who had traveled abroad and had
Mhm.
acquired knowledge,
Mhm.
we our frame of mind is working in
Different.
a different way, direction.
Mhm. Mhm.
And we're taking on different ideas and
Mhm.
information from other people who follow
Mhm.
us, who listen to us, who share um,
Mhm.
information with us,
Mhm.
and contribute.
Yeah.
We're learning every day, because when I do program, I don't leave without learning something that day. When I
Mhm.
go to friends and families, when I come to you guys, your program, I learn
Mhm.
something each
Yes.
day, right? So,
Mhm.
like, that's the most amazing thing about it. But the fact that we have some of us, even when
Mhm.
we travel now, we still want to keep the same thing. That did not work for us, right? I mean, why would
Jennifer.
you keep something that did not work for you? Because
Mhm.
if it did not work for you, or like if something happens growing up, it
Mhm.
was unpleasant, why would
Mhm.
you want to transfer that onto another person? But
Mhm.
you can say, like, we talk about mental enslavement.
Mhm.
People knows that this is not good, but at the same time, they don't want to learn nothing new, because they
Mhm.
are so used to that routine. They want to
Yes.
do the same thing over and over.
Mhm.
How do you grow
Mhm.
if you do not want to change your way, or you don't want to take advice from nobody? You
Mhm.
don't even want to try it to
Mhm.
do better, right? So this,
Mhm.
when it comes to self-confidence, a lot of things play part in it. And sometimes also when you have traumatic events growing up now, there is a trigger effect. When
Mhm.
something happens now, it's going to trigger it, and
Yes.
you're going to go back, resort back to how it is. Because if
Mhm.
you have someone who has been raped, right, when they get married, every time that there's going to be sex, that
Mhm.
person is like anxious, and
Yes.
like they're not able to effectively be part of it. Or if you
Mhm.
have someone who has been abused in any form of shape, when they see the person comes near, they will flinch, right?
Yes. Yes.
It's like you're going, if they've been hit, they think that you're going to hit them, or like,
Mhm.
they will be timid, like if they have been put down all the
Mhm.
time. But
Mhm.
the one thing, like, I was bullied
Mhm.
in Ghana. Growing up in Ghana, I was bullied. And
Mhm.
when the reason why I was bullied, because my uncle, he would shave my hair with a
Oh.
comb and a blade, and then once he's done, he will put in kuto
Guto. Guto. Mhm.
to make it shine. And we know that our country, the way the sun will shine now,
To burning
you
the
don't know. So
bald head.
between age 10 and a half
Mhm.
to 16 and a half, I felt like a boy because I was not able to grow my hair to like, to actually to age 13, because age 13, I went to secondary school. And when I went to secondary school, that was the year that there was punk.
Oh.
So when I went and got me a cut and I came home, I didn't even put my trunk down. I saw my uncle went in his room, brought his chair that you sit on it to cut your hair, got the comb and everything. And then he directed me to go sit down. And that was my breakthrough with him. And I said, "Who you talking to me?" He said, and then you see, most of the time when people do, like they say, when a frog drink too much water, what happens? Then breast comes out, right?
Overflow, yeah.
Exactly. So I'm like, "You talking to me?" He said, "Yeah, you need to cut your hair." I went to our room because I was sharing um, my parents' room with my older sister and the younger one. I went in there and pulled me a cutlass. I'm a city. I
You
came
had enough.
outside and there's like cement floor. I just I just dragged the cutlass, the machete on the floor. You hear the noise, and I told him, once I drag it from all the way back in front of me, I told him, "I dare you to touch my hair. I will cut you into pieces." Oh yeah.
You
And
had
then,
enough.
yes, you see now, he stood there. At first, he was like, "Come sit down." And I was like, "Oh, I said, I dare you to touch my hair. I will cut you into pieces." And I meant it. I meant every single one of
Yeah.
them. I was going to do it because you're not going to get me to that level no more. Now I feel good. I look good. I wanted to be the person that I am. And I think that he was cutting my hair because he thought he saw that I was, growing, and probably he didn't want guys calling me or stuff like that. But I had a mind of my own. My mother is a nurse. When she came to US, I was 10 and a half, but my mother, from age 8, my mother spoke to us and told us which part of her body nobody can touch. So I was aware of that. Fast forward, when I came to US, from ninth grade to 10th grade, I was bullied by this dude. And I was in class with him. He just tends to like pick on me. And I was timid a bit because of the treatment I got from my uncle. So this guy got the opportunity to use my that timidness, to pick on me, especially with my accent. I had a heavy one. So I would just sit back and not say much. But then he realized that we used to meet in French, math, and English class. He realized, even though I don't speak French, when we have exams, with the grammar and everything, I will get A's. So he started sitting next to me. But what I started doing with him, with math and French, he will copy off from me. And when I realized that picking on me, like I will write the sentence, but I will leave one word out of it. And then when the teacher say, "Okay, you got 2 minutes or like 5 minutes to put your pencils down," I will go back and fill them in. So when we will get our test back, he got F and I got A, so he couldn't understand why. So he started talking to me, and sports saved me because I started playing volleyball, and some of my classmates realized that I was good with volleyball. So then people started talking to me. So I had really low self-esteem in between that time up to probably age 25. Even though I was able to come out of the shell, I still did not feel like beautiful or like good, or did not accept myself. I was looking at other people like, "Oh, she's nice. I want to look just like her. So I
Mm-hmm.
was putting on lipstick,
Mm-hmm.
like try makeup one time, messed up my favorite shirt. So since then I said, forget it. But when I got to college, I was finally able to break that pattern. And the
Mm-hmm.
reason why I was able to do that, I started reading lots of books. And some of that lots of books, it turned from novel to mystery book to romance books. Oh yeah. So
Oh, yeah, we've been there.
yes, Nora Roberts.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And it's like,
She's a good writer.
oh yes. So like, and then I just started like some of the things that I learned through reading. I started like standing in the mirror and talking to myself. Practicing sometimes when I'm speaking to someone. If I want to impress someone, how to sit? Do I show my right side or my left side, or like sit straight and all that? So I started doing all that. And then sometimes I will use music, just to like get my nerves down. So there are so many other ways that people can build their self-confidence. If someone tells you stupid, right? You tell yourself, no, I'm not stupid. I'm smarter. And you repeat that to yourself every time, because you don't want the person's negativity to stuck in your head, right? You always switch it the other
Yeah.
way. But some people, as Sister Amma said, some people do not know how to do that. One, we have parents who call their children names.
Yes.
We have parents who basically will limit their children's blessing. They don't know that, like, you have a parent who could say, you are stupid.
Oh, no.
You're never going to get married. Nobody's ever going to stay with you. I mean, listen, you can't get that right there. How are you going to say something like that, right?
Yeah.
So
Ajua,
yes,
Ajua, let me interrupt you for a sec. I know of a Ghanaian lady, right? And at the time she used to do my hair, she said something that has always stayed with me. She said,
yeah,
no matter who or whatever her children do, she's very careful what
yeah,
she says over them, because she says our mothers, they spoke to us out of their pain. I've
yeah,
never forgotten it.
Yes.
I've never forgotten. I said, you are exactly right.
yeah,
I
Mm,
100% agree with that. I
yeah,
yep,
second that a lot. They
yep,
talk out of their pain.
yep.
Thank you. I last night I was saying the women then were not different from we the women today.
that's right.
We are the same women.
Mm-hmm.
We
Mm-hmm.
are as we are.
Yeah,
Should they get the opportunity and the platform to be able to voice out, I am sure they would have done worse than us we are doing now.
Yep.
that's right.
I believe in that.
Well,
I
Sheila,
so
listen to this.
strongly believe that it was the opportunity wasn't there. That part wasn't liberated for them to take.
And they
They
still
would have
operate
done
in that
worse.
same way, that same vein. You know something? I was
Yes.
talking to my mom last night about a situation to do with one of my sisters. And it's not a good situation. It's this abuse stuff. And I'm talking to her and laying it on the line, just saying it as it is. Because you know, these older people in their 70s, 80s, oh, they don't want you to speak up. So me, I'm saying it and I laid it all. You know, she listened, she agreed, but all I saw is that, and she does this a lot, she just shifted to the politics in Ghana. And I said, hey, Mama, I haven't even finished talking and you have gone over here. And even the politics too that she's talking, she's only one side. And I'm trying to be objective and say, hey, the two sides. So as
Yes.
she was getting to be, and I'm saying she's opinionated, I say, me too, I have my opinion. So all at the end, all I had to say to her is that I say, Mama Onim, I had to take my daughter's car because my younger daughter and I had an appointment. She'll be done work. She'll be at the train station at whatever. I have an hour's window to cook, so we have to say goodbye. And I left. I said, I've said enough about that situation. If you don't go act on it, it's up
That's
to
it.
You've
you.
done.
Yeah.
I'm
But
done.
you know what? Like, I just feel that when it comes to building self confidence, right?
Mhm,
Self esteem, we just
mhm,
need to condemn. We need to
mhm,
condemn
mhm,
all the negativities. not promote it. Because
Yes.
like I was watching my husband actually today when I was working earlier was watching something on social media. I wasn't sure if it was from YouTube or Facebook, but he had a hi
Hi, Alicia.
Sister Dolly. How you doing? Oba tuntuma ho fedua. Udin die bebia. Wunti mefa wo biem. Enti
Hey,
enti no. I na volume no was at the level I'm at. But he said there was a guy who was insulting a woman from head to toe.
Yeah.
And I said to myself, my goodness gracious,
Yeah.
who on earth will go and watch something like that? And I was like, well, duh, your husband is listening to this. And then I turn around, he just have it over there. He was watching something else. He was in the kitchen doing something. So once that was finished, it just went. It went to the next video, and that video happens to be the next video. But I did not turn it off. So when he came, because I wanted to make sure if he just went to it or he intentionally wanted to watch it. So I was like, "Do you listen to this stuff?" He was like, "No." And I was like, okay. And then he went and switched it to something else. But I was able to listen to it for like 5 minutes. And within that 5 minutes, it was, I mean, he insulted the woman to the point that I said, oh my gosh, I hope say he doesn't have children that will see that video. I hope say nobody closer to his family will see this video, because it's not only like disgusting and nasty, and like it also tells me the type of his character, the type of person that he is. Because a lot of times, people do things, and he was doing it to get more, to get 5 minutes or 15 minutes fame. He was also insulting this woman because of another woman. He wants to get attention from another woman who does videos and does program, who is famous. So I guess by him doing that, maybe her people will follow him as well. And I said, we see, when it comes to common sense, and I'm going to talk about common sense one of these days. We all have common sense. But the common sense is the basic, is the foundation. When you have only common sense, you cannot do much. You cannot function to your fullest. You need to acquire knowledge. But there are some people, their mind is inactive, and you cannot educate a person with an inactive mind. And this person that was speaking, I said to myself, I didn't even bother to know what his name is, because he is unimportant to me. I don't listen to people like that, because he is nasty, and I'm sure his family raised him well, but he adopted certain behavior that gives him poor characteristic. And he's a Ghanaian man, and I said to myself, my goodness, we need to learn to acquire knowledge, because that is really embarrassing. Because if foreigners understand our language, but his demeanor, you can tell that he's insulting someone, and he has a picture of the person he's insulting. So through some of these programs that we do, I'm sure a lot of people going to learn, and they're also going to teach other friends and their children and their family members. So it's gonna get better. But I was really ashamed
Ajua,
with
what
everything.
you're saying, the same. Like sometimes you see something flash before your eyes, and then you see a man sitting there insulting, and you look like the same. I listen 1, 2, 3 minutes, and then I get off. I'm like, what was that? And then people flock there,
Mm-hmm.
and they are happy that you see the psyche. It is so negative. So I don't know how to
Auntie,
describe it.
yeah,
Hmm.
I am sorry to interrupt you, but I bet that this talk, as you and I are doing with Sister Odo with us now, I bet maybe we have only maybe a few people watching
Oh
us.
yes. It's
But
always
should
like
we
that.
sit here and busy talking about somebody and cursing insult in the air? Definitely would have over thousands and thousands
Yes.
upon millions. And this is the this is the mess I keep talking about. It has been a mess to the point whereby we can't see good among the bad. You see, it's we have a long way to go. But I
And you
believe we will get there.
and you know what
I
happens?
believe our generations will be better than
It's like
as it
we're
is.
not even true to ourselves because you're on one feed, you'll see somebody, like one person, somebody said to me, oh, let's link up, blah, blah, blah. And then I saw this person on a feed and some woman was being bashed and they were also there taking part. And
Oh
I said,
yeah.
me, I'm not foolish. Oh. And I said, yeah, I see, I look at things and I go, oh, okay. Like, really?
Yeah.
Mm,
Yeah.
No,
It's
sister, I am refi. On when you know you're talking about no. Say
mm.
na see a decor, right?
Oh, ɛyi ɔka sɛ fiada ne yɛbɛyɛ ɛyi no nti menim ayɛ m'adwene sɛ
Oh,
ɔkyena na
Friday.
saa na ɔkaeɛ saa
Oh,
na
okay. Because I just remember and I said to myself, oh my gosh, please don't tell me I just completely forgot. Like,
not me because me so na me wonder sɛ menya me deɛ ne nnɛ ne nkɔdu ɔkyena nti ne
yeah,
still
but
there's
I sent me your homework. I think said there are two people here. Yes, I'm connected with, but me need your number.
okay ɛne
Sorry about
connecting
that. Let's reconnect. And then finish your thoughts. I apologize for cutting through.
okay.
it's okay.
Sheila, were you talking?
No,
Yeah, I was.
Anna Wokasa, Anna.
You
Na
were
me
what?
meka sɛ
Yeah.
wokɔ ayi no na wokɔhu nneɛma saa no ate wei di wei ate wei di ɛyɛ me se nti I don't understand. And yeah, half one on even say Bibi Koso Ghana now co feed no so atem the dear nkwa. It me should
I
be
don't know. Auntie, yeah, I don't know. But I could be a high. I couldn't even take it. I ended up forwarding it to you.
really. Think I
I was who
was
actually give you that right to talk about somebody's issue, family issue, talk about
oh
somebody's
yeah.
mother, just the
Yeah.
way you think. How?
Oh
Eden, yeah,
I remember now.
yeah, yeah, enjoying who kakra cry, and I
Oh,
am very,
it's
very sad.
boundaries. It's boundaries. It's the boundaries.
But you know
Like it,
what? Lack of boundaries. Thank you, Bum. You see, it's not say because we have a lot of men and women who do not have filter, right? And most of the time, people who are more likely to insult, they're not intelligent. When and they get angry easily. They don't know how to self-regulate their emotions, and because they upset and they mad, and whatever the person has said, they cannot counter back. So
yes.
if I cannot beat you at your intelligence, then I'm going to insult you
Yes.
because insult is the only thing that I have grown to know. So
Yes.
when you watch people who has a tendency to insult and be negative, because negativity does not require any work. Positivity does require work. So you look at our society / community, a lot of people are not educated. And because a lot of people are not educated, they are more inclined to insult because they
Yes.
don't have the knowledge that they need to function productively,
Definitely.
to use their emotional intelligence. So every time I hear someone insulting, I'll be like, oh, here we go again. And then, there are some vocabulary words, right? Like you can use to describe somebody. Someone who is not intelligent would think that you insulting them. But
Yes.
rather, when they go in the dictionary and find out, because if someone tells you you stupid, right? And before they told you that, you have a chair sitting there and you sat on the ground. right? You start on the floor, whereas your clothes are going to get dirty. As a grown adult person, you're supposed to be mature, right? Nobody asks you to sit on the ground. Like someone who may not know the type of person that you are may say, why you acting stupid? Our courses say, why you acting stupid? Like America, they'll be like, why you acting stupid, right? But for Ghana, your Becca say you are stupid, right? Where Jimmy? But America, for people say, I didn't know who Jimmy sa. So there's a big difference.
Yeah.
But obi wo ho no ma.
Two separate questions.
Then Ghana for ni yanwi say obi wo ho no ma akunya si wo no ma akotena from because there be a wo yetete no. Ni e ma ne ntena akunya so. Enti wonim ni say okọ baabi a so otena from honom. Obi nso wo honom a wotena from honom because the from honom no they feel comfortable, right? We are quick to judge, right?
Too much.
Yes. But say me fan say obi a wunim say me fan say wuni obi ti honom na nipa kro na ka asem na se wonte ase na wonsa ha no ayi wonsa abɔ n'ani so. You are stupid, right? You did not use your emotional intelligence. Enti no obi ka cho say wadi mi ohun mai o baka say me nua wadi mi ohun. Say ade a we ye no mfaso bi ani so. Adenti na wabɔ masum say bi kra my insult wa. Adenti na won redirect me. Na wodi physical na e resolve problems. And na ye mu bebre nso ye nhia se ne ani nipa kasa.
Oh no.
Me say
but Sister Joao, mama bre mu kakra wa ha. Say maybe so aden na wuji me. Ana say maka say waji me no. Maybe so aden na wuji me a. Yen take questions. Like I will keep saying that our understanding department is not functioning. It's not functioning at all.
Some that's true. Some of them doesn't.
It's not functioning. It is to maybe so cramposa aden na wujimia. You will not tell me at the kudinti a wujimi. Because any ho cramposa we should even ask is aden na wujimi. Hardly do we obi ka den no obi kasa bono.
Ani
obi kasa munya no say no be so kasa koso ye.
Instant justice.
It's a mess. It's really
hot
a mess.
like yesterday.
I know yentimi musa question no. Yentimi answer question. Because you be now resort to self in asking questions now. Obi busa questions you'll be more inclined to answer.
And nothing now your type I will type answer questions I will who are you.
Because obi abefo say of course on nkwa no nima de.
Yes, I didn't know be sa question. I didn't know be obi of when be san as some cross. I didn't know be some me what be san you want them one so baby be sa then I will be some sa.
Oh, Michelle, mama nka story be ncho 2 minutes since I by the time I pon amami hu. Na baby ana first me ye adwuma no. Na Ghana ni ma me bi ba ho na obepa adwuma. Into oba na make ne say make wo ye kasam twi say nipa so masi busa no so mo busa no questions say ya won kan say ni nyina make no wo twi mu nom ne ade. Eti no call interview no. One of the questions no mo busa no. Instead say obeyi ano no aka no. Okobo mi din wo honom. Say just to say like my Africa they say now say I'm bad social media and microphone but people American they know me as Amelia. Say like or yeah or see me as some obusa me no the me mekani but they say Emilia say
yeah
enti no man fa no
yes
because me yeah you know say na me nim say we Ghana ni me kromu ni
mama wa po
because me pese onya adwuma wo honom because me nim say onya adwuma wo honom with directive nom ne training no obetimi a ene
To be
akara na
equipped.
ye adwuma
Yeah.
because menene kasa nsem bia na okeka ne nneoma bi okọ through no because it's adwuma no most of the time no yenya most of us na ya go through hardship no nursing counseling to say like ye nneoma a ye de boa nkrofo so you know to say but I was like so disappointed.
You.
At the same time, no, na ye me yan I'm say, 90 mami, edian pana,
No.
man,
One way or the other, start or baby sa question say, okay, in case some will be said, say be another kind one tears ye. Inti say or baby sa so sister, I have no semen can say nanka ufi say me so me can say yanka.
no correct.
Obisa was you will be able to anka ubeti me actually say the enti anka me fee say we can say yanka be ye then obey solid. Now since I okay went to me and bisa say or something can say nanka me so me fee say me can say essence went to me and yes correction it any you know and it was simply because she couldn't ask you say in case it's like this or this is how I would have done it. So what do you think about that? Because you are kind of helping here.
Yeah.
So it shouldn't have been a
Because
kind of a big deal. The fact is that only one you agree. Now when be so no quite can say media and can make us saying so Amelia saying you see what of them? Why?
And I'm
It's back to what we are saying.
Why me and you medi? It's likely that she might have been nervous. And I crab aquana in the year, Juma. Aquano de bia no get it on you will be asking.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah. Say be a clay, me bed, Juma no humia.
Yeah, nervousness, of
I
course.
can't mean say. Minko mi krom. Now, one what kind of best a couple times, man, no plan ignore. Ain't you know what kind one time? What kind I'm see, you know what? For me, you know, I'm from Ghana, West Africa, and I am proud with where I'm from. Can you tell me the same? Because when we are Black American, a him fan a free.
Yes.
Yebusawa, the obetimi aka ne say wo free America. Asa men so no minim say me free Ghana, right? Minim baby I'm free. But say enti aye na mbusa nse eti be enti na da bi o kasa asem no. Wo na identity ayira na. Afi na ohwe manim. Afi de o say why? And I'm say why? Was it why you answering my question with question? And I said, why you not answering my question? And then he was like, are you trying to annoy me? I was like,
sure.
Why would you think I'm trying to annoy you? He was like, because you repeating the same thing I'm saying. And I was like, are you the one repeating what I'm saying or I'm the one repeating what you're saying? Because you are you and I'm me. So you said, and he was like, you know, Miss Amelia, you confusing me now. I'm with you. And I was like, okay, thank you. And I became his favorite staff to say, if you are or struggle, or struggle, hey, sister, we did some obey proud rough. I mean, never I want no mape. Because you know what, Miss Amelia, me musa cry some more. No, you know what, Miss Amelia, I was just upset. All I needed is time away. Nobody, you know, staff is in here in my face trying to tell me to do this, do that, and they whining and doing this. And I was like, okay, so what do you need? Do you need 5 minutes or 10 minutes to yourself? There be my limitation. Was minimum so about 10, no? And you know, I said 10 minutes, Mister. Okay, all right. Can we like compromise? Can you take 7 to 8 minutes? And he'd be like, 8 minutes. I'm like, that's fine. After 8 minutes, I need you to take your uniform off, put your shoes away, get dressed, and put your uniform in front of your door. Can you do that? I said, yeah. Before we know it, you know, now days are mini hono. Hi. The friend is saying incident report I actually no enye easy. But I couldn't how humia would dimnika no abe hug me. Me say one time I catch and I'm say listen, So we'll trick her and you na maware. Like stop it.
Me say the hug alone into now me say anya day ya sa COVID we I'm not getting back to the class. Those challenging children and someone will be catch on. Or baku to make her, oh, you are so stupid. What are we doing here? I would turn it back at you and say, you are way better than the word stupid and don't use it.
Yeah.
I collab back one with your mouth. Ni mami gusubi says, how did I came up with that? He said I'm stupid and he doesn't even know the meaning of stupid. So all that I said, well, you are way better than saying that.
Yeah.
Say something better because you are better than that word. And I say, if you're handling challenging children, quite hard. If you don't have the heart, you can't do it. And to say, just as he said, yeah, cause such a situation before we can relate. And the fact that we can relate, and it give us the upper hand for us to be a little bit confident on whatever it is that we are doing in terms of work aspects,
Yeah, the more questions you ask, and there's no such thing as stupid question. The more questions you ask, you learn a lot of things. Like our kids here, right? I ask them so many questions. Now, no, they automatically doing it because my daughter used to like drive me crazy, and I think she got it from me because my mom said when I was younger I used to cry a lot. This girl from age 2 or age 4 to 7 years old, she tormented me. Mommy, you want to eat? She's crying. Mommy, are you hungry? She's crying. Mommy, what do you want to eat? She's crying. Everything is crying. And so one time I
the same thing in my house.
one time I said, did I hit you? No. Did I beat you? No. Am I yelling at you? No. Am I making a face at you? No. Are you afraid of me? No. Am I getting you nervous? No. So why
are you crying?
And then she started crying harder. So I was like, okay, so this is the deal. How many minutes do you want to cry? 5 or 10 minutes? She said 5 minutes. I was like, okay, I'm going to give you 5 minutes to cry all your tears. When you finish crying, you and I are going to sit down and we're going to address this. We're going to figure out the reason why you always crying. Because I don't want you to bring that to school. She cried for like a minute and she goes, I'm done crying. I was like, I think we need 2 more minutes.
Yeah, I'm always dampening it. You have to have a reason to do something.
Yeah.
So this crying, do you have a reason for crying? Just tell me. If you have a reason, tell me why. you have to try and turn it against them. And if they are children, so once you beat them and they realize that this woman is not getting it, then it turns up one way or the other.
Yep.
And as an adult, this is what we should do to ourselves. So we should stop. We should stand tall. We should stop. We should stop it already. We should be bold. We should develop that courage. We should step up into the game and play that. Nobody is really on our tails now. Nobody is. Even if we will look,
be yourself. Sheila, only him say obi wo hokro oba live be so cry. Obetro comments cry no ferry.
Because I was writing. It took me a while for me to be joining, but I was tired.
My dear brother, say that right? I can use each one of them to like have a long conversation about it because I love that when people contributed. It makes me feel that I'm doing the program with them. You know, they are more engaged and everything. But my daughter, like what I did with her, that was the beginning. What made her stop crying? One time she started crying. So finally, I put myself on the floor and I started crying. I was like, oh my God, dear Lord.
I did the same thing to my boy.
Oh my God. Father, please help crying, looking at me. For 10 minutes, this girl cannot figure out what is happening with her mom. And if I'm saying all these things, there's no tears coming, but she literally thought that I was crying. And I was like, my gosh, God, what have I done wrong? What do I need to do? And then, so once I finished, she came, she was like, Mommy. I was like, yeah.
Are
Do
you
you
okay?
need a hug? I was like, yeah, I need a hug. Mommy needs a hug. When you cry, it makes mommy really sad. And that was the end of it.
Yeah.
So after that, I was like,
She was traumatized.
Yeah. On
Never
on one
again.
of the trainings that I had, there was a video showing a tantrum boy who is pouring this tantrum on the mother
oh,
because he's refusing to be in the car. And then they play it and play. The mother pull all the roads and it wasn't working. So now the video is paused and then it's when they ask questions. What would you do? Because the mother has done practically what we have done.
I'm back.
I will pretend I'm leaving. I'm not going to waste time. I did it on my boy and it worked.
Okay,
I will pretend I'm moving the car just to see you. You will start running. They were ooh. I was yes. It have to be experience. Have to be. I did it with my big boy and it worked. When the little one was starting to behave the same way, the big one was telling, "Mommy will go. Mommy will go. Let's go." Meaning it's sticking to his head.
Mommy will go.
that's
Yeah, he was. If Elliot, if you don't get into the car, Mommy will go. Let's go. I did it with him. He remembered to tell his brother.
wow. Oh, my knowledgeable sister Sage. I was contemplating with that. That's why I kept saying dear and dear and dear. And finally came out. But thank you for letting me know because I was like, what? Like I was trying to
Oh, you
figure
hadn't
out.
figured it out.
You have a handsome young man, like I was like, but thank you for letting me know. So I have 2 strikes because I have brother dear Pana. He too, our first encounter, I thought she was a female.
Oh, uncle.
I apologize for that, the mishap, and thank you. So now I know. I
Yes.
can stop saying, I will still say dear, but I can go with other stuff because for females, we are awesome. So.
Yes. You know how I met Miss Sage? One day, I forget how long ago, but I was on one of Ama's lives. And then, because I was writing comments, of course. So she saw my name and then she wrote, Miss Ya, I read your book, such and such. And she put some complimentary. That was the first person who ever said something about the book. And I go, wow, thank you so much. So I've always, yeah. She was the first person who gave me feedback about the book, and it was on Ama's live. Yeah.
And God bless.
Auntie, yeah, I got in touch with you to say much love, not because I know you or even your book, but just because of the comments you contributed. Because it's like once I pick up the phone and I want to type it out, I'll say, yes, that's what I want to say. And then at times it's like, why are they even saying this? And then bam, I will realize you are there. And then
we go about making comments.
but since because I think from being on Sister Ama's platform, that's how you and I was able to encounter with one another.
Yes.
And I believe the next day when I did a program, you came on it, and I used to mispronounce your last name.
Awo was also saying the same thing. Yeah, and I said, hey, Awo has a Jodo's disease.
I know, right? So, like,
it's Atobra.
But you know what? You know how when you're doing program and you're on the spotlight, sometimes you see something you can pronounce and then you start mispronouncing.
Yeah, that happens to everybody.
I thought I was doing the the BRA, but it has nothing to do. The way I was pronouncing it, it was wrong, right? So then Sister Yaya was like, Sister Ama came on it. She was like, Sister Ama, can you please the pronunciation of my name to Adura? So it's stuck in my head. And then you came on Sister Cecilia's platform, and she too was like
You're
mispronouncing.
going to Antobrecht.
No, it's October. So we correcting ourselves.
And then Awo too was go Antobrecht, and I go, hey Awo, yari yacho. Oh.
But it's like sometimes one time I was trying to pronounce Narcissus, right? And I was like, I know the word in my head, but my tongue was not turning.
We'll give you something
And
else.
I was like, I was live. And I was like, I said in my head, Americans, we say the F-bomb all the time. I said in my head, what the is going on? I couldn't figure it out. So I finally like skipped over, because like when I'm nervous, like it's like I'm skipping some words and stuff like that, because I do have Sister Sage, I do have a friend. I don't know where he got the name from, but he used the name Sage, so it's like I've been contemplating with it. Like I've been, for some reason, I see her commenting, so I kept saying dear, my dear, because I wasn't sure which way to go. But today it finally came out.
Oh, good.
There is a sister to Bless Beyond Belief. It took me a while for me to guess whether she was a woman or a man, based on the way she put her comment and all that. So I love this guy.
her.
I'm always having conversations with her on platform.
I love her personality.
I did guy until one day she said, no, it's not a guy invite. Oh my God.
Listen, we flap and then we take accountability. That's all it is.
Yeah, that's all. So final comments.
Who you want to go first?
I will go first because I want to get off of ads
the
very
boys,
soon.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's own it up to ourselves. We have been at this behind and not being ourselves and not being able to do or call the shot as we wanted to shot. We have been to that era is gone. Come on, this is 2020 COVID era. Let's own it up and be a lot more standing tall to ourselves. Be very, very unapologetic. Let's own it and do it. And forward we go. Backwards never.
Oh,
thank you, ladies.
That's a good one. Thank you so much, and God bless you. Today, yesterday for coming on. I enjoy yesterday conversation.
Thanks for you coming to Canada today. I think yesterday I was in Europe. If you came to Canada,
was in America.
So,
we're in Canada. Yes. You know she's my neighbor.
She's my
neighbor. Only employee my neighbor.
Oh, sir.
Oh, yes.
Oh, wow.
Yadia, I'm in Edmonton, but Sheila is just 30 minutes away.
My goodness.
Yeah.
Promo.
I didn't know.
Well, we're learning about each other, which is good. They made me added to their sister. I'm a kind of point and say, do not give your power away.
Yes.
By reacting to what other people say about you or what other people think about you, because they cannot, they are not you.
No.
They can't decide for you the things that you have to do. We just need to stand tall by acquiring knowledge. We have to learn. We have to develop wisdom. You can't just decide when you learn things, please don't just take it as like that. Research, learn about it, and trying to figure it out. There isn't anything in this world that any one of us cannot learn or do. Me, I don't limit myself for anything. Even things that I know that I'm not incapable of, I will try it. If I like it, I will continue. I will motivate myself. If I don't, then I'll say to myself, okay, this one is not for you. Yeah, but we have to stay positive at all time. And when we go through challenges, challenges are part of life. And when we are our lowest, that's when our blessings comes. We need to take our misfortunes as a blessing, because every misfortune is a blessing. It will give us a chance to grow, to change, to learn different things and do different things. And sometimes, when your relationship or your marriage does not work and you did everything possible and it still did not work, there's nothing wrong with you. Don't allow people to tell you anything different. Just take time to heal before you enter another relationship. Heal fully. Don't just jump into a relationship because you don't want to be lonely, because then you're going to continue to struggle and people are going to use you anyway, anyhow that they want. But Sister Yatobra, I truly appreciate you and you inspire me, because with everything that you have done, and when I realized that you had written a book, I was like, oh my gosh, I have taken too long. For me, I'm going for love. Oh. I'm going for love rough.
Good. Get going.
I'm
Get
going
going.
for experiences and
Get
things
going.
that I just feel that will give people opportunity to not doubt themselves. Don't allow anyone to have you question yourself. When you have ideas, use it. If you learn different ideas, don't throw yours away, because you value a lot. So we just have to learn to love ourselves and self-care, because if we don't, nobody is going to take care of us. Even if someone tells you they love you for a reason, to certain level, but you, so best things for yourself. So that's what I do most of the time. And thank you. But
Thank you. That
listen,
is awesome. Thank you.
you
I
very
think
welcome, and
I
continue.
get a lot of inspiration from you, watching you and what you do and learning from you. We're all learning from each other. So
Don't
it's,
take the craziness from me. Oh, the craziness.
no, it takes a lot to find, you'll be looking for the like-minded people. And when you finally find them, it doesn't mean that they even have to be physically close to you, but you're just a community and it's an awesome thing. We are learning from each other. You're meeting so many different people. Yes,
Yeah.
so it's a good thing. And we are here talking about standing tall, owning yourself. Ajua has raised a lot of very, very productive comments, and we have to take it to heart and work on ourselves, because if you don't believe in yourself, nobody will do it for you. It's not easy. You have to, a lot of women, a lot of us are working around, we don't know who we are, but you need to do the work. Start digging, so that you can heal yourself and be whole, so that people won't come and use you and abuse you because you don't value yourself or know who you are. And with that said, so based on that, we're taking you on a journey. On Sunday is the premiere of A Woman's Heart, Real Talk.
Hey,
So
Saturday, I have to be part of. Hey,
I've told you, you are coming. You are coming live and in color. you know,
I
you
know.
know, we are going to be we're going to be digging deep into a lot of things. It's going
That,
to be real. It's based on my second book, which is coming soon, and it's called The Beauty of a Woman's Heart. But the live is called A Woman's Heart Real Talk. And we call it the Sassy Women's Facebook Live. So
hey, since
we're
I
going
say,
to,
why? That was
if
super
you're
join,
if
because
you're a sassy woman, you got to come on. So we'll be talking about a lot of things. So Sunday, 6 p.m. Edmonton time, Mountain time,
wow,
8 o'clock your time, Adua.
real talk. I'll be here.
Yes, you all get the links. You'll be coming.
Yeah, today I went to see. I thought you sent me the link, and I was like, for one day she did not send me. I want to go on.
I know. So yeah, thank you, ladies. Miss Sage, thank you so much.
Bye, 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 bye,
Althea,
guys. Sister Sage,
whoever else is on that I've missed.
one love.
Bachi,
Take
thank you for joining us. See you on Sunday.
care. Bye,
Ajua, bye.
bye.
Much love. Thank
Take
you for
care.
coming on. Take
One
care.
love always.
Okay,
No
bye.
problem.
Okay.
Bye.